So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team SamRX1 here, and today I'm coming at you with some very awesome news. Today's video is going to shock your entire life. For those of you who love Yu-Gi-Oh so much as I do, today is the day the new Master Rule has been announced. I think this is not called Master Rule 5. A lot of people called the Link Summoning as a Master Rule number 4, but Konami actually never officially named it a Master Rule 4, and the previous Master Rule, which is Link Summoning, is just the continuation from Master Rule 3, which is Pendulum. So I guess the Master Rule that was previously that we have now is called Master Rule 3.5. All I know is that Konami is just calling this the new Master Rule for the 2020 format. This thing is going to be absolutely amazing. I am very, very excited, and all this was announced during the live stream tonight that Konami had in the LCG. We all got this information, but thanks to the help of YGOPro organization, we were able to get all the information. It's actually very exciting news, so make sure you guys stay tuned, and I'll explain to you guys every single thing that you guys need to know about this brand new Master Rule. Without further ado, let's begin. Alright guys, so right here we're on the YGO.org website. This is where you get all the information for the latest updates when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh and the TCG format. So right here in this information right here, it says Master Rule update from Jump Fiesta. So basically, as you guys see with this picture right here, it shows Stardust Dragon in the extra monster zone, it shows Flame Man in the main monster zone, and Utopia in the main monster zone. So you guys are probably wondering, what does this mean? And obviously the arrows that you guys see right here all point from the extra deck. So this is from the extra deck, and this is also from the extra deck, and Utopia is also from the extra deck. And it's actually very, very simple. As of April 1st, in the OCG only, Fusion, Synchro, and XC monsters will be summonable to the main monster zone in addition to the extra monster zone. The rules for Pendulum and Link monsters will remain the same. You are not limited to one of each. The name of this update will be Master Rule April 1st, 2020 revision, not Master Rule 5 or 6 or New Master Rule 2. This is just going to be called the New Master Rule revision, and it's actually super duper simple. You guys remember how the way Yu-Gi-Oh used to be? Yu-Gi-Oh used to be that you're actually able to summon monsters from the extra deck without having to use Link monsters, which is the new Master Rules that we got 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Konami made Link monsters to restrict abusing monsters from the extra deck. And the reason why they actually did this is because Konami decided to actually create a game mechanic called Pendulum Summoning, and they figured that Pendulum Summoning was too broken, so they had to create a new summoning mechanic that nerfs Pendulum Summoning. And they thought the only way to do that was to create a new extra deck monster called Link monsters, and that's why we got the new Link arrows now. Link monsters provide Link arrows, so that way that monsters can be special summoned from the extra deck. With Pendulums you're able to special summon as many monsters from the extra deck, because prior to Link summoning, there was no rules to restrict Pendulums from special summoning X amount of monsters from the extra deck. But with Link summoning, you need the arrows to special summon monsters from the extra deck. So they made Link monsters to specifically nerf Pendulum Summon. But now we are back to the old days of Yu-Gi-Oh, guys. We are back to the old days of Yu-Gi-Oh! From the extra deck, we're able to special summon Synchro monsters, we're able to special summon Fusion monsters, and we're also able to special summon Xyz monsters without having any restriction to using the extra monster zone. The only restriction that it has for the extra deck is Pendulum monsters and Link monsters. So basically, we're going to be operating the exact same way that Yu-Gi-Oh is now, but for those of you who are playing Synchro decks, for those of you who are playing Fusion decks, and for those of you who are playing Xyz based decks, you don't need to go into a Link monster before your Link summon. So if you want to summon your Xyz monster to the extra monster zone, you can freely do that without having to use a Link monster. If you want to summon a Synchro monster to the extra monster zone or the main monster zone, you can freely do that, and the same thing goes for Fusion monster. If you want to summon a Fusion monster to the main monster zone or the extra monster zone, you can do that. But the only buff thing about with these decks is that you basically get 6 zones. So not only so do you guys remember back day when you're able to spam like 3 Omegas, 3 Trish, Infernity was a deck that you can easily spam Xyz, blah blah blah. Now instead of having 5 monsters in the main monster zone, you basically get a free extra deck spot for those types of decks. So according to the live stream, it's only going to be available for the OCG as of April 1st in the OCG only, so we don't know exactly when it's going to take into effect for the TCG. But this new Master Rule revision, April 1st 2020 revision, should be very simple for you guys to understand. Now you don't need to have a Link monster now to basically special monsters from the extra deck if you're playing Synchro, Fusion, or Xyz. But if you're obviously playing a Link-based deck, if you want to spam Link monster, like obviously with decks like what's it called, cybers or things like that, like, you know, the Code Talker types decks, you obviously still need to use Link monsters to special summon them to the extra Mono Zone before you can use the main Mono Zone, and it same goes for Pendulum as well. So the Pendulum mechanic and the Link mechanic will definitely still be used in the metagame, but for decks that don't need to use Link monsters, decks like DDDs, tier negative 1000, DDD Dave is definitely coming back. Decks like Fluffles, decks like Six Samurais, if you want to spam as many Shiens, any synchro based deck. And also in 2020, we're also getting new Karakuri support, we're getting a lot of new synchro support. So now, who cares, bro? We don't need to use the extra Mono Zone anymore if you're playing those types of decks. And same goes for Heroes as well. I'm actually very excited for Heroes in a 2020 format. Dark Magician as well, LED 6, Legendary Duelist number 6. It's just going to be absolutely crazy for the fact that we're able to use new monsters, and we don't have the restriction now to lock us from special summoning from the extra deck. So that's basically all the information that I have for you guys in this video. You're going to be basically playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The exact same way, but the adjustment that you guys got to make now is that you basically don't have to make a Link monster before you synchro summon. You don't need to make a Link monster before you XCs and also fusion summon. So if you want, you can spam 6 fusion monsters on the field with absolutely no problem. If you want to use Cyberstein a million times to spam X amount of fusion monsters from the extra deck, you can go ahead and do that without having 0 problems. And this is going to be absolutely insane. I am super excited for what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to come for the 2020 format. And huge shoutouts to YGOPro organization for doing this. And the reason why Master Rule 3.5 or Link Summoning exists is purely for the fact that Pendulums was just too broken in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pendulum was a very disgusting mechanic. Not like disgusting as in like a broken mechanic. So they definitely needed to find ways to actually nerf Pendulum Summoning. But now with Link Summon, obviously it hurt Pendulum Summon a little bit. Forces a lot of players to make Link monsters prior Pendulum Summoning. And also at the same time, with this new Master Rule thing, it's going to be able to make a lot of decks more playable now in the 2020 format. So there's not much for me to expand on. I'll basically make a video about talking to you guys about the top decks that can abuse this game mechanic. But some of the decks that comes to mind right now is DDDs is my #1 pick right now for the new Master Rule revision. I know a lot of you guys love DDD so much, and I'll be contacting DDD Dave and asking for a new deck profile once this new Master Rule comes out. A lot of combo decks now don't need to rely on Link Summoning to use cards from the extra deck, so there's going to be a lot of combo decks that's going to revive. Fluffles is also a deck that comes to mind, a fusion-based deck that relies on abusing the fusion monsters in the extra deck, so that's going to be a really wonderful thing to see. I can imagine Infinity also abusing this game mechanic, you know, fairly well. Any synchro-based deck as well is going to be able to take advantage of this game mechanic fairly easily. So I'm actually very excited to be able to just play the next upcoming format without having to worry about going to Link monsters. So yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are about this brand new Master Rule mechanic revision for the 2020 format. What is your favorite deck? What are the top 10 decks? I want you guys to list right now your top 10 decks or top 5 decks in the comment section below on what your thoughts are about this brand new summoning mechanic or Master Rule, whatever you guys want to call it. That's all you guys need to know. And that's what this Master Rule is all about. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys smash thumbs up button. It'll be absolutely amazing. It's such a wonderful thing that we actually get news like this right before Christmas. So essentially a really good news for all Yu-Gi-Oh players out there. I know that this thing would just be a great Christmas present for all of you who love to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh so much. And I know a lot of you guys quit Yu-Gi-Oh because of the Link Summoning mechanic. A lot of you guys just wanted to just leave the game because of the brand new mechanic that they introduced 2 years ago. But now you don't have to worry. All you gotta know is that you guys are blessed with just a 6th zone for your extra deck. And for Christmas, I am dropping a special edition playmat. This playmat is called an IP Christmas Edition playmat right here. It's IP on the playmat with Link Karibo and all the other Christmassy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. If you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys get this playmat today in the link in the description box below. This playmat is only going to be available till the 25th of December. Like the Sarah playmat that I dropped for Halloween, it was super duper exclusive. Once December 25th goes away, this playmat will no longer be available. And I know a lot of you guys love IP so much, so I decided to actually create a playmat using IP. So This playmat looks absolutely beautiful, and it's a very Christmassy theme mat. And be sure to use the coupon code TXX10 for 10% off your entire order. That'll be absolutely amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. This was Master Rule Revision 2020 Explained, and a huge shout out to YGOPro for giving us all this information for this new Master Rule for the 2020 format. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy Sam from Team Zarek. Sam signing out. Alright guys, peace.